take care of such passages in the city, where a number of crowds have actually gone back to the new normal in regards to that. Even motor vehicles are actually using the same cities. Let us take a look at the state of the non-motorized transport in Kampala. Fred Makubia was in the city and has more on that report.
Non-motorized transport, we all know that, like the name sounds, NMT was constructed by KCCA. We all understand that KCCA's mandate is to regulate business here in the heart of Kampala. Now, when we speak the language of the non-motorized transport, it was constructed with the unintention of only giving pathways for passengers, not for, of course, vehicles like the taxis. Of course, as we talk right now, it is almost coming to 2 years when KCCA did construct this road. We now ask ourselves, what was the intention of the construction of this non-motorized transport, despite the fact that it was constructed for only people that would access or have their ways in Kampala to conduct their business. But we see taxis are using this pathway. Does this still leave us with the same intention of why KCCA did construct this non-motorized transport? Of course, we know this NMT stretches right from Bakuli up to Entebbe Road. But of course, the construction of this non-motorized transport gave room for vendors and hawkers to participate and conduct their business, which of course is a disadvantage to people that operate in arcades. We still ask ourselves, are we still on the same intention as to why the NMT was constructed, despite the fact that the taxis are still operating and yet they are not supposed to be using this road? Fred Makuya for Smart 24 TV.
That is the non-motorized transport in that regard. That is it. And one of the QQ sectors, as you could clearly see, as Fred Makubia was actually giving us highlights on the situations in the city, is the fact that now even vehicles or even the border riders actually using the passages that were laid on board for the people with disabilities and also the people who are using foot to actually access services in the city. One of another incident where Kampala City Council Authority has to come in and lay on ground some of the new routes to clearly give guidelines on how Ugandans should actually maintain cleanliness and orderliness or organization in the city. For a development of a city to prevail, there must be order in any regard. First, from the users to and to the policy makers or the law enforcers in that particular regard. All right, now moving on into Chikubo. Chikubo, traditionally the heart of business in Uganda, is actually one of those sectors who are actually also in the news in regards to business stories in Uganda. Now, meanwhile, what has happening in Chikubo the last 12 hours with the fact that Kampala City Council Authority has always had trucks moving into Chikubo and also into Kampala to make sure they set off the city, the street vendors off the neighboring part of the city, or off the opening or the verandas of the arcades. This is one of the reasons as to why KCCFC actually passes through these cities, to make sure that they take them away from the arcades, to make sure that the city is a bit organized. But now, one of the claims coming in from the street vendors as to why they are still carrying on the business is the fact that they are still in hard times of COVID and they still need to earn some money out of that. We're going to take a look at this particular report and see one of the scenes that are actually taking part in Chikubo there in the heart of Kampala. Take a look.
Abantu abakuba bukubi wano wona batugala wodda tuli wano embera tuterezeza twagala ne paka zaffe bazigule batugambe ng'abantu si kyo kyowama
ekisinga okunyiiza fe abatembeeyi batukwata ne batujjako ebintu byaffe tetulina musango tukoze tetubye wabula tukola n'amaanyi gaffe lwaki batukwata gavumenti eveeyo yogere lwaki etukwata ffe tetulina musango gwe twali tukoze tetubba muntu wabula tukola n'amaanyi gaffe lekerawo tukwata kyekyange
abakesi batumazeeko emirembe mu Kampala musajja yatunkera ku makyali neeyiya nengenda nenkola nenfuna nange ekyokulya ng'omuntu gavumenti tesobola natuwayo sente at least ezigamba nti oba abatembeeyi bakole ki sente zino zisobola obayamba mu bintu ebifaanagiza kwegamba ngaffe bennyini otusobola okweyamba lwaki KCC tetuleka nitusobola okweyiiya nina buno obuntu tebudugaza kibuga tebukola ki oli kitegeera naye buli kimu KCC nekuyola abamu batukwata ne bakuza mu bizimbe bakusaba sente wotaba nazo ng'ebintu babitwala ku motoka lwaki batumalako emirembe batukuba bakola ki wogezako okulwanira ebintu byo nga bakuyola bakuteeka ku motoka kati tugenda akola tutya
Now, those are some of the scenes that were actually taking part in Chikubo there. And in regards to the fact that these street vendors are calling upon, there was a wrangle between the street vendors and KCCA officials. Now, the KCCA officials happened to have gone to Chikubo to actually clear off the roadside by taking away what belongs to the street vendors. But it was a hard-fought fight from the two sides, where the street vendors were actually claiming that they have nowhere to actually earn a living, and they are facing quite a very big number of hardships in regards to the outcomes of the lockdown. And that is one of the reasons that's why they're using all the available sources to make sure they have money. But to their surprise, KCCFC officials are actually taking away where they actually earn their food. But of course, if you're to look at it in this way, because of the KCCFC protocols and what the KCCFC has on order to make sure they organize the city, this is one of the views that they're supposed to also clear away the street vendors of the streets. And among those are some of the developing stories that we'll definitely be having for you here on Smart 24 TV, as well as Smart Men's Business as well. For now, we'll take a short break. I am coming back with the latest in regards to the sports business. Keep it Smart 24, and this is SMB.